Hey Pisces, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope you're having a good run in the month of July. This is going to be your who you're hanging with reading for July, August 2019. So this is going to be an enhanced reading. I'm going to lay down the John Holland Psychic Oracle Tarot cards, these things. Do these first, and then I will lay down my regular tarot cards, the Simply Be Tarot by Chanel Bayless. I'm finding I get a little better reading. The way that I read when I have kind of like a full picture. I like a full picture. I don't like to know half of something or part of something or what. I want to know all of it. So let's see how this works. We'll do 3 for recent past, 3 for current energy, and 3 for future energy. I'll pull 2 cards for your overall energy, and you'll see how that works. And then we'll pull 3 for guidance from the universe. And we got that deck shuffled. Let me shuffle this deck while I'm in a shuffling kind of mood. Pisces, y'all got a lot of stuff going on. I can always tell what's going on before I start reading, depending on how I'm feeling. So I am chatty. My brain is in 15 different places. And y'all are swimming all over this doggone pool. One more shuffle, Pisces. One more. This is a reminder I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Alright, so this deck is not first. Let me cut this deck, because it will be first. Oh yeah, y'all got cards falling out and doing all kind of strange stuff. Oh yeah, let's see what we got going on, Pisces. So from underneath the bottom of the deck, you have financial and material changes and obstacles and challenges. So those are your 2 overall. The obstacle and challenges is the one that usually, the energy from that for your overall will usually pop up somewhere in the reading closer to the end of it normally. We'll see how that goes today. So for your recent past, you have the universe, patience, and the love begins card. Go ahead, Pisces, let me find out. For your current energy, you have accelerated motion, emotional withdrawal, which is also one of your centerpiece cards. Let's see what the card that ends up on top of it. And then memories of love. Oh shit. Okay. For your future energy, you got the stand your ground, the disruption card, and the movement, choices, and decisions card. So let me put that there. Let me pick these up. Now, from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy. The King of Swords, on top of the obstacles and challenges, the 10 of Coins. So for your recent past, you have the High Priestess on top of the universe, the 7 of Coins on top of patience, and the communication card, the Ace of Swords, where love begins. For your current energy, for accelerated motion, you have the Emperor card. For emotional withdrawal, you have the Sun card. For memories of love, you've got the Knight of Swords. For the stand your ground, you have the Princess of Wands. This is your future energy. For disruption, who figured this out? Tower card. And for movement and choices, the Queen of Coins. Wow. And if you can see, now everything kind of just comes together. Love begins. You got the communication card, accelerated motion. You got the Emperor card, trying to figure out what direction you're going to go in. So let's start from the beginning, Pisces. Let's check this out. Your overall energy. So you've got some financial and material changes. And what the King here is telling me is that you're making big decisions. You're trying to come up with some, this is your overall energy. You're trying to come up with some solutions because you've got changes coming. And let me just deal with the overall energy before I start breaking that down. For whatever reason, or whoever this is that you're hanging with, the note that's coming back is that there may be some kind of separation. Now, how permanent this separation is really going to be dependent upon the two of you. So you may be dealing with an air sign, you might be dealing with a fire sign. Matter of fact, everything just about except Earth is on the board too. So you can literally be dealing with anybody. I'm going to say Pisces, you might be dealing with an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra. However this is resonating with you, or somebody who's got a lot of air qualities in their chart. And I'm sitting here, I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. And I've only been on live for 5, or on cam for 5. But all of a sudden now the wind is just blowing all over my little apartment. The ceiling fan, my other fan over there, I finally replaced that one. The blinds are blowing, the door is closed, but I can just feel wind. So I'm gonna say this is probably an air sign or somebody with a lot of air in their chart that you're dealing with. And there's some kind of separation here. Financial and material changes. And if you just look at that hand, how it's separated, come on now. Some of you may be married, going through a period of separation. I don't feel like, and I'm talking to Pisces now, if you're watching for Pisces, not the retrograde, if you're cross-watching for Pisces, I'm not really talking to you so much as I am really talking to Pisces. This is painful. And it hurts in a different kind of way. This is not in your face or fuck you too. It's not that kind of energy. It's the feeling like you could have done a lot more and you didn't. And you're feeling like your partner could have done a lot more and they didn't. And shit just got messy and boom. Y'all are in different places. Even if you're in the same place, those of you that are living with someone, not necessarily married to them, you may feel like you're in roommate status now. So this is not, like I said, this is not going to resonate with every Pisces situation. From your recent past, you gained a lot of knowledge going into this relationship. Some of you, it feels like you may have finished something, and just as you were finishing, it might have been school, you may have been finishing a class, teaching a class, taking a class, however that's resonating. But once you were done with whatever it was you were doing, class, graduated, whatever, you got into this relationship. For some of you on this side, you did the standard thing, you went to college and you got married. For others of you, it could be a variation of that, any kind of variation of that. But once you got done, this is the person that you got with. And it looks like you were patient, Pisces. It looks like both of you were trying to achieve goals with the 7 of coins here. You were trying to nurture this relationship. You were trying to work on it. And y'all love begins. Y'all were right in it. Y'all were communicating. That's the communication card. And usually this comes back when people aren't communicating. But this is telling me that when this relationship first got kicked off, y'all were doing all kind of talking. Do you love me? Check out some love. Yes. When you come date me, yes. Y'all were doing it quick. But something happened. And it wasn't a third party type of situation. Something up mentally somewhere, somebody got stalled out, or both of you got stalled out, and then shit just changed. Like overnight, it just changed. Your current energy, Pisces, I feel like you're trying to look at the compass and figure out which way to go, because this really feels like it blindsided you and caught you totally off guard. You weren't expecting this relationship to turn out like this. You thought your partner was a little more dedicated. I have a sense that your partner was thinking and is thinking the same thing. And this really feels like it's just a timing issue. If I'm just looking at everything, looking at the horizon of everything that's on the table, it feels like it was really a timing issue. And for whatever reason, it just didn't pop. Next to that, the emotional withdrawal. Of course, you're going to feel that if you're breaking up with somebody or you're temporarily separated. But you've got the Sun card on top of that, which tells me you're trying to stand up in your truth about the whole thing. You're trying to figure out what right now is right for you. What is your truth, Pisces? That's where you're all right now. You're trying to figure out, is this shit what I should be doing or I shouldn't be doing? And that's your challenge. What kind of sunshine are you standing in, Pisces, What kind of truth are you working with? Is it the full truth, your truth, both y'all's truth, the other person's truth? Whose truth are you trying to stand on? That is your challenge and your obstacle right now, to figure out what your truth is, Pisces. What is, do you love this person enough to get past whatever this is and work on it? Or are you like, fuck it, I'm going to stand up in my truth, and you don't like it, I'm rolling out? It's that kind of energy. With that, sitting on top of the emotional withdrawal card, it's just like you get up and you speak your piece, and then you immediately withdraw. And that's also your challenge, because if you're going to try and work on putting the relationship back together, you've got to kind of come out of that emotional withdrawal and begin to share again. And if you look at what's on top of that, when I put the cards down, I don't just look this way, I look this way too. So it's in between the patience card and the disruption card. So are you going to have the patience to go back to kind of get where y'all were? Or are you going to move forward and let the tower just tear it up? I'm speaking ahead of myself. That's your challenge. That's your obstacle. And really the bigger thing is, Pisces, you standing up in your truth. You talking about your truth. You figuring out who you are and who you want to be in this relationship. At the end of the current energy is memories of love. And there again, here's all this air energy right on top of it. You're thinking about this person. And it feels like you're just trying to run around in your head, not so much physically chasing, trying to tame something that can't be tamed right here. Not so much physically, but in your head. You're running around trying to figure out how the hell, what the hell, when the hell. While you're still trying to get over this thing of what's my truth. Your future energy with this person, whoever this is you're trying to hang with, Pisces, stand your ground. And we come right back, and again, if I'm looking at the cards now in the diagonal, because I got the sun card right here, I just said, you're trying to figure out what your truth is. What truth are you standing up in? We come to your future energy, you got the Princess of Wands laying right on top of the stand your ground. So at some point in the future, hopefully you will have figured out what your truth is. You're going to have to stand up on that truth. And the communication, right there. You're going to have to come right here and stand up in your truth, stand your ground, and you may have to get creative about it, Pisces. You may have to. You may have to go back to the drawing board, figure some shit out on how you're going to communicate this. And what makes all of this then double, because we're talking about how you feel, we're talking about remembering things from the past. You got Mercury running retrograde to July 31st. So you got all this energy floating around you, and your future energy, you're gonna have to stand your ground. In turn, you doing that can cause, I didn't say it would, but it can cause some disruption. Hence the Tower card. And that's why I said at the beginning of the reading, this relationship really can kind of go either way, Pisces. I think a lot of it is going to be up to you. When you get to this point in the future with the Tower card, and this is moving the relationship from happy to we're temporarily separated to fuck it, we're done. That's this energy right here. And Pisces, it's in your court. You're going to be the one to determine whether or not you want this to go forward and go back to some of the things you had, talking about memories of love and your current energy, or if you're going to say fuck it in the future and move on. With that, though, you have movement, choices, and decisions. Obviously, you got a Tower card, and again, if you're trying to make a decision about what you're going to do. Queen of Coins is telling me to tell you, don't get messy. Because if this was reversed, that's what it would be. Your emotions, getting messy, too much, just throwing too much out there. And that's what you really have to guard against in the future, of putting too much of yourself out there, and it not really yielding you, excuse me, in your relationship, really not yielding you any good results because you've thrown so much out there. I have a sense with the Queen of Coins here and the Seven of Coins up here, that may have been a problem. You may have been trying to move faster than the person that you were with in terms of achieving goals. You may have been trying to nurture the relationship faster than it actually could have been. So your future energy is kind of, it's really going to depend on what you want to do, Pisces. If you think this relationship, whoever this is you're hanging with, if you think it's worth you hanging in there, then that's exactly what the hell you're going to do. However, if you don't think so, if it's not, if you feel hurt the way that I feel the hurt, which is really a deep wounded, it will require a lot of communication. You're going to have to go back to some past shit, hence Mercury retrograde, and look at what was here, up here in your recent past that made everything sticky and gooey and wonderful. And what happened? It's going to take a lot of communication if you want to keep this. If you decide, Pisces, you're done, then that'll be what it is. You'll just be done. Let me pull my other cards so we can get some guidance from the universe. I'm going to pull two of these, and I'm going to pull two more of the other cards, just so we can have some balance here. So these two will be for encouragement, kind of, and what you need to be doing to get through this little pocket in time. Mentors and role models, and ask your spirit helpers. And then let me get back over here and shake these up real quick and pull three. See what the universe has for guidance for you, Pisces. Light, awareness, and hope. So it feels like you're trying to hang around, Pisces. That's what you're saying. Feels like that might be where you're trying to go. You got to stand up in your light. And this goes back to the sunshine card. We can go back to all of that. And the tower. All of this, at the end of the day, you got to stand up in your own light, Pisces. You have to. You can't just expect that things chug along the same all the time. People have issues they don't want to talk about. And I'm talking about your partner now. And that may have caused some of whatever started this whole thing. People get in their head and they don't always tell you what they're thinking because they may be afraid of what you're going to say or what you're going to do. Pisces, the best thing you can do is look for light and stand in the light. And as long as you get some daylight on the situation, it's hard to hide in those little nooks and crannies. It will be hard for your partner to hide in the nooks and crannies when you start calling shit out. It's a hopeful card. I feel hope here. You got the hope card beneath this, but just stand up. Maybe some of you haven't been as forthcoming maybe as you could have been. Now, I'm not talking about your partner, Pisces. I'm talking about you. Maybe you weren't as forthcoming as you should have been in a relationship, and maybe you were in your head a lot. So I have Pisces as my moon sign, so I know how the emotions work, because that's really my operating base, my moon sign. I'm not a Taurus, I'm a doggone Pisces. I get emotional. I'm the bull sitting in the middle of the field crying. There you go. But you got to stand up in your light at some point, Pisces. Stand up in your truth and let the light show you what you need to do and what you need to know. With the awareness card, and this again is about having conversations as well. You don't become aware until you start talking. And Pisces, maybe this is coming back to maybe you overlooked some things. Maybe there were some things that were glaring, but you just overlooked them because you thought, oh, well, what the hell, it's not that serious, and he'll get over it, or she'll get over it, or whatever, and we'll just move along. You need to become aware of what's going on with your partner. You can't just think, ooh, I got it now, and I'm done, we're going to move along. You need to know what's going on with your partner. It may mean you need to talk more, or that you may need to coax them to talk more. I feel like there's a lot of love here, and there are a couple strands of hope. And all is not lost, but it's just going to be dependent on if you're willing to put the work in and find out what's going on. And that's where you become aware. At the end of all of it is the hope card. So like I said, there's hope. I don't feel total termination energy. You may be separated now. But if you're going to get back into this, hope is a good thing to have. But when you're dealing with hope, sometimes, and the patience card is out here, from your recent past, you may need to have some patience while you're being hopeful, because it may take some time to work through this. If for those of you that are married and you've been married for any amount of time, a year, 2 years, 18 months, however that's resonating, it may take some time. And you, again, Pisces, are going to be the one to have to figure out, is this relationship worth it? Or am I going to say, fuck it, I'm done. I don't want to do this shit no more. You should have been talking to me. And you can do that. You had a right to do that. That is well within your means to do, say just that. Fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore. And that's really about standing up in your own truth. So some of you may say just that. Fuck it, I hope, whatever. I don't feel none of that. I'm done. But I think a larger section of you have to feel these little tendrils of hope. You just are not looking for any light. You just kind of wallowing in this energy. And that in turn is what's going to bring you to this power moment, because you are, if you don't come out of this energy, it won't just be a disruption. It will be a full-blown tower moment. So I would look at the whole situation, Pisces, and determine if, for those of you that are on this, y'all know, get your fairies, your pumpkins, whatever you're doing, ask your spirit guides and your spirit helpers to help you. All you gotta do is open your mouth, ask the universe, guide me in a good direction. If you're a Christian, Jesus, get me on, put my feet on the right path. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whatever it is that you do, whatever you believe, get with that and let that energy guide you. Let your ancestors, if that's what you're into, let them guide you where you need to go, and begin to feel your intuition so you can make some good choices about what you're doing with your relationship. The other side of that is mentors and role models. Where are they? You got any? And if you don't have any in front of you, find something or someone that you want to model your relationship and your life and your stuff off of. And if you do have actual people in your network and your support group that can be role models and mentors, start asking them questions. What did you do when you first got married? Or what did you do when you first moved in with your partner? What did you do? And it'll give you some insight. A lot of times when I feel this about this situation, Pisces, the person you're dealing with is in their head and you are in your emotions. And all of that is no good if you're not talking, because the other person doesn't know how you feel and you don't know why they're in their head. So I would definitely, if you got people around you that can help guide you into a better place, or at least give you some better and broader understanding, mentors and role models are the way to go. Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Stay cool if you're in the hot weather. If you're in the cold weather, stay warm. And I will holler at y'all soon. Bye, y'all.